turned off the mic.
Cue to 1 minute.
Yeah, because it's already like 8:02.
Take the logo off and then put
no problem. Here we go. Logo's coming out. Here comes the commercial.
Doc, try this.
Go ahead.
So give us the countdown.
Commercial's rolling right now. Intro's rolling.
So before I start talking about the Grammy, I want to give a shout out to the Funny Don't Stop show too. Young, I see you hip to it. They be killing it every week. The show is hosted by Alex Thomas. Me and my lovely wife, we always listen to Alex Thomas and the Funny Don't Stop show on Tuesday. The Funny Don't Stop show comes on 8 to 9:30 every week.
Go on. I'll just have to get.
What more can I say to you? The niggas on that show straight crazy. I like the dude on there, Savvy, Sed. Then they got this crazy chick named Dara and DJ Dan. Jigga like it, you should too. I make sure every Tuesday around 8 o'clock I got the Dash Radio app up to listen to these crazy niggas on the show. They be saying all kind of crazy shit on the show. It's fucking hysterical. Blue be listening. When we put the twins to sleep, me and my lovely wife B, we listen to the show, the Funny Don't Stop show.
Looks great.
Yo, B, the Funny Don't Stop show is all we need in this life percent. Just download the free Dash Radio app and listen like me and B.
Here we go. Give us 10. Let's go. Let's go. What? Count it down. Gotta count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's going on, people? What's up? Yes. My name is Alex Thomas, and this is the Funny Don't Stop Show. Now, I'm gonna need a whole bunch of rounds of applause tonight. I just need them all, anywhere, everywhere. If we can do that, is that possible? I need those. Oh, we still having technical difficulties. I didn't know we still having technical difficulties. That's something we need to work on.
It's a song, Alex. What's that song? Round of applause, everybody hand clap. I forgot that song.
So everybody, big round of applause. We need hand claps. We need hand claps.
Hey.
God woke us up this morning. We are all here for another week. You know what I'm saying? As you know, but first of all, I just want to thank everybody that tunes in every single week. Our loyal supporters and people that listen and they watch. First of all, everybody that watches every week, you know you can check us out on our YouTube page. It is every single week. Go to our YouTube channel, The Funny Don't Stop Show. If you're not hip on how to get to the Funny Don't Stop Show on Dash Radio, all you got to do is download the free app. It is free. Can you beat free, Dara?
Never.
Savvy, can you beat free?
Hell no.
Sed, can you beat free?
Nah, you can't be free, bro.
Oh, that's what I thought. Okay, so it's free every single day, you guys. All you got to do is download the free app and click on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy on Dash Radio. And you just click on the Funny Don't Stop Show and you hear us acting crazy like we do for this hour and a half. Shout out to the East Coast, South, Midwest, the West Coast, people all over the world, because you know we get calls from all over the world every week. But I could not do this show without my amazing cast, my friends, my co-hosts.
You're right.
Yeah, we're gonna start with this young lady right here. Big round of applause for Dara.
Dara, what's up, Dara?
What's up, Dara?
Hi, Alex.
How are you today?
I'm doing fabulous.
Your hair smells amazing.
Thank you. I washed it just for you.
What'd you put in there? It smells like fruit. Did you put some of this watermelon Ciroc in your hair?
I did a light mist. I put a little bottle of little spritzy sprats.
Oh, a little spritzy sprats.
A little spritzy sprats at the end.
Oh, okay. You don't want to give up your secrets to all the ladies?
It's called Verb. I just tried it at Verb. Verb is the word.
Did you used to put nouns in your hair, or
that's a good one?
Verbs is just action words all in your hair?
That's an adjective.
Oh, okay.
Wow,
there
look at this.
Go.
I am so proud of myself. I forgot that. Hello. Woo.
Oh, we're going to have fun up in here tonight.
Yes.
And to your left, Dara, we have the internet sensation, very funny comedian and talented Savvy Amuses in the building.
What up, team?
Savvy.
Hey, yo.
What up, Savvy?
Man, cool, man. I was doing good, man. I parked next to, funny story, I parked next to my neighbor's bush, and man, it was 100 fucking ants in my car. Trying to
really
get, man, bro, I was on the freeway slapping the shit out of myself the whole ride.
Wow.
They were all over the car, bro. I mean, I was driving and just.
So wait, what part of town were you parked in? When this had, like, where were you parked at?
I was parked in front of my house, but my neighbor has a bunch of trees.
Okay.
And I parked in front of his house in some kind of way. I guess a leaf or a branch was protruding, and they start crawling through my window, bro, and they're all over my car right
my
now.
God.
So
Wait.
them ants got to ride to Hollywood.
They got to ride to Hollywood. Bro.
from the Inland Empire. I mean, they was.
Man, no, they came from South Central.
Oh,
So they're gonna be robbing all the extra ants
some-
down here in Hollywood.
Some thug ass ants.
Some thug.
Wait, were they black ants?
Yes.
Were they black? Are there white ants?
They were black. Was very racist.
Are there Latino ants?
Not start.
Come on, Sed.
Oh, said shut up.
Call the
Don't
NAACP
start.
right now.
Oh, Jesus. Well, because the black ants, they don't bite. If they're red ants, those are the ones that bite.
See, now that's the part that you gotta give it up for her being white and knowing
Yes,
that.
they
Give it up.
know.
Thank you.
Only
Yeah.
a white person would be able to tell you, because I'll be honest with you, I wasn't even thinking about that red and black, but
Neither
I
was
was.
But
That's why I
that is
asked
true.
him.
There is a truth to that.
That's why I asked him.
So
I
we
mean,
can't. So it was a
but
racist. It was actually
it
a
was-
fact.
Yeah, it was a fact.
It was,
a
yeah.
racist fact.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it was a
It
fact.
was. It was. Yeah, it kind of fit. It kind of fit, and then.
Oh, speaking of facts, we got Fact Man. Sed Brass in the building, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
yeah.
Everybody,
How you feel, Sed?
man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Why?
Great week.
Why are you
great week.
excited?
Man, I've been going back and forth with a lot of people on social media, so I'm just ready to get into the show today. I'm ready
I
for
bet
that
you
smoke.
are. I saw that post.
I got that smoke.
did
I'm
too.
ready for the smoke
You
today,
saw that
man.
too?
Oh, you ready for the smoke?
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Are you
Okay.
ready to talk about how you hate white people, Said?
Oh,
Are you ready
my
to
gosh.
fucking get into
See what I'm
it?
talking
Are
about?
you ready to
See what
get
I'm
into
talking
it?
about? We are ready for that smoke today.
But I gotta
I
back
bet
my
you
boy
are.
up. I gotta back my boy
His
up.
ass
I mean,
stays up all fucking night waiting for this shit, getting a hard on, jerking off to this shit. Trust me. He's excited.
Sed does not. He does not
Yes.
like white people.
Yes.
Am I right, Sed? I'm just throwing that out because I don't want somebody to tune in and be like, see, they don't like white people. So no, you have white friends, don't you, Sed?
I have white associates all day long.
Exactly. Do you listen to any classic rock and roll by any chance? Do you listen to any classic music, like any classic rock? I'm just curious.
What's defined as classic rock?
Classic rock and roll? Shit. Fleetwood
would that
Mac.
Name three, Dara.
Chicago.
Duran.
No.
No,
What
I'd
would that
say
be considered?
That's not classic rock.
Chicago.
Oh, yeah, that's right, that's not
Chicago,
classic, yeah.
Doobie Brothers.
That's not rock at all.
Fleetwood
Yeah,
Mac.
you're right.
ACDC?
I don't listen to anything that colonizers stole from
Fleet-
the original black man who created music.
Oh my God.
If you're gonna,
What do you listen to? I thought about that. I was like, this guy probably isn't like
So no Rolling Stones, no
no
Van
Rolling
Halen.
Stones,
No.
no Fleetwood Mac, no Doobie Brothers, Chicago,
No, none of
Michael
that.
Well,
McDonald.
Doobie Brothers,
Michael
Michael McDonald, though, they
Doobie
had soul.
Brothers, they got
That's
a
when
pass.
white boys had soul.
Yeah.
Yes.
And brothers loved it. So the Doobie
Yes.
Brothers.
And there was black
Michael
people.
McDonald,
There was black
Chicago.
people
People
in the
thought they
Doobie
were
Brothers.
black.
Yeah.
What'd
There
you
was some
say?
black people in the Doobie Brothers.
Exactly. They had band members. That was that was the days when white boys had a whole lot of soul in the
yeah,
70s.
yeah, especially Michael McDonald.
Michael McDonald for sure.
And what's the other dude?
So he gets it.
Sound like a white James Ingram.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
And who was the dude that black folks didn't know till like 30 years later? Bobby
Bobby
Caldwell.
Cold as hell.
Cold as hell.
Cold as hell.
Motherfucker looked like a
cold
white
as hell.
claims adjuster, but had soul like a motherfucker. Hey, big shout out to our DJ Dano in
Yes,
the building.
DJ
Big
Dano.
round of applause. DJ Dano, how you feel, Dano? You good? That's what I'm talking about. We're having a few technical difficulties right now. We're going to get back to him. And, of course, we got to give a big
how
shout
are
out
you?
to our producer, Doc. What up, Doc? How you doing, brother?
Diggity dog.
I'm cool. We're trying to just get this music shit right.
That's
so
what we're going to get that
We gonna
right.
get it right.
Give it up to Alex.
We're good.
Oh, gee, thanks. I appreciate that.
What up to Alex?
Thank you very much. I'm
Yes,
happy
sir.
to be here. I'm
Alex
happy to be
Thomas.
I'm his favorite.
And of course, and I love you very much for that, Dara. We can't forget our audio video man, the one that makes us look all good and great and grand and fly every week. Give it up for Raul's in the building. Yes, sir. Hey man, we gonna dive in, but I want to let everybody know, call us. We looking for these calls tonight. 310-986-6610. If you are a porn fan, if you know anything about porn, if you're at least 25, you'll probably know the Michael Jordan of porn. His name is Mr. Marcus. He'll be in the building a little later on. Big round of applause for Mr. Marcus. Yeah, we're gonna dig deep into the world of porn.
No pun intended.
And I mean dig deep, damn it.
Hello. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Big shout out to our sponsor, Diddy, in the building. We are on that watermelon Ciroc tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
Wow, that's the good stuff.
You wonder why we have so much fun every week? You don't see what we do off camera. That's what you don't see. You understand me? But all I got to say is we're drinking responsibly.
That's
Diddy,
right.
we appreciate that. We're going to have the Good Times Roll up here at the Funny Don't Stop Show. Big shout out to @Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy
Marcus.
on Dash Radio for giving us this opportunity. And I want to let everybody know, I know we got people listening from all over the country, but Las Vegas, your boy is coming to Las Vegas. I will be there. Yes, I appreciate that.
Las Vegas.
At the Blue Martini. Y'all need to come out. Everybody in Vegas, come on out. Tuesday, June 4th, it's at the Blue Martini. My boy Chris Spencer is hosting the show.
Dope.
If you want to get tickets, gourbanevents@gmail.com. Gourbanevents@gmail.com or text 702-787-2. And also, I've been forgetting to thank all the people nationwide that are supporting my animated series Motown Magic, making us
Motown
absolutely
Magic.
one of the #1 new animated series
Yes, big
on air right now. So we really appreciate all the kids and the youngsters that just come up to me like, oh my God, like that's my kid's favorite cartoon. So it's called Motown Magic. If you're not hip to it, it's on Netflix. We got 52 episodes. You can tune in every single day. You can binge watch both seasons. His name is Jimmy Mack. I'm a red 1965 Cadillac.
Oh, Jimmy Mack.
Jimmy
Where
Mack.
you coming back?
Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy Mack. When are you coming back? Yeah, so it's very educational and the kids love it. So that's going down. So check that out. Well, I want to get into something
It's
real
loud as
quick.
hell out there, by the way.
I know it is very
It's
loud.
like
out
mad
there.
loud.
I got a question real quick. And this is for Sed. Sed,
What's
I want to
up?
ask you something.
What's up? I'm ready.
I'm just going to dive in. Did you hear this amazing news about this brother by the name of Robert Smith, who paid off the complete 2019 Morehouse graduating classes student loans? From what I'm hearing, it's up to almost $40 million. If that's not a blessing, I don't know what is. I know there's a bunch of backstories, but for the people that don't know the story, if there's any more to say, Sed, let them know about that.
No, you gave it a good synopsis of it. That's a great thing that just happened. And I was amazed. When I first heard the story, I was like, we've heard a lot of people do graduation commencements.
Oprah did one, I believe, a few years back,
Over
right?
the years, many people, great people have given great commencements.
Yeah.
I think this has to go up with the best commencement of all time.
Really?
Because you're not just giving the gift of words, you actually are giving a gift of something tangible that somebody can move forward with in life.
Right.
Not just to say to discount what words are, but I think that this was just at the top, at the principle of anything that could be done in a college graduation ceremony.
Of course,
Right.
it was it's incredible what he did.
Yeah, I don't know anything about college because I went to college for 20 minutes, so it didn't work out. It didn't work out for me. But what is your feeling on it, Dara?
I love what he did. I
Did
think
you go
it's
to school
beautiful.
too, by the way?
I did. I went
So you know
I
about
went
it.
to a community college.
Okay.
Didn't finish.
Okay. hey, not everybody's school. Savvy, what
it's
about
just
you?
Some things were not.
Did I go or how do I feel about the situation?
Did you go to college, and then how did you feel about
No,
the
I
situation?
graduated, and the last thing I was thinking about is going back to school.
Pretty much me too. Just didn't work out for me.
It didn't
Can
work
all
out,
three of
but
us go to school together?
I know,
but
right?
one thing that was dope though, man, is I know so many people because a lot of my friends used to try to convince me. When you graduate high school, a lot of us don't know exactly what it is that we want to do, and those commercials start coming on about, oh man, go to school for 4 months, get your degree.
Right.
But what they don't tell you is you sitting on $60,000-$70,000 debt.
Yeah.
And so for that guy to pay off debt, because a lot of us, Alex, will graduate at 24, we'll be 32 before we finally paying off all that damn
I
debt.
know people that have
so
six
for
figures
him
in debt.
to pay that off, man, that's huge.
And
It's
don't have
amazing.
babies and child support because you really gonna be up shit creek without a paddle.
Man, boy, listen.
And you know what? We kind of lied to him a little bit, Savvy, because you and I both went to USC,
Yeah, we did.
and that is the University of South Central.
There you go. We both went to,
Yeah. I
we
love
both
that
went to the
school.
University of South Central.
Absolutely.
And I think since I've made 38, brother, we've graduated.
Absolutely.
You know
brother.
what?
What you gonna say, Sid?
Yeah, so I was gonna say,
I
'cause
love what.
this is actually the exact topic that I took a lot of heat for
Okay.
off of the internet.
Tell us about it.
Which Dara because she follows me as well.
Okay, tell us about it.
No, it's not even just following you. It came up in the feed. And it was pretty strong, all the comments. And I took a peek, and I was like, what the fuck is going on over here? Is he
So
actually
what did you
battling
say?
somebody?
Put me up on what did he say.
Normally you don't post a whole lot, and your page is private, by the way.
Yeah.
Which is, I find very interesting, because I feel if you're working on a platform and you're a public figure, this is just my opinion. You're entitled to have your page however you want. Being in the position that you are as a public figure, you know, on radio, and you can converse and communicate with so many different people, like-minded or opposite, don't you feel it's cool to maybe make it unprivate so that you can really engage with other people and see what other opinions are out there, so that they can, you know, you can shed light on each other, and you know what I mean, and give people an opportunity to, you know, communicate with you.
That makes sense, but I look at it from a marketing strategy. I let the information that flows within that bubble bubble up so much that it swells outside of that environment, and it makes people want to come into the environment. I have literally 1,000 people waiting in the queue. So that's part of my marketing strategy, to not be as public, and people have to wait to get the information. Therefore, it's easy
to wait to get your information.
Yes, to get my. Therefore, I can monetize it later on.
Right.
So for me, it's like you can't get Netflix for free. You can't get Amazon for free. You want to watch the movies. You heard it's a dope movie on Netflix right now. We're hearing about it, but you got to go subscribe in order to get it. So I'm taking that same concept with my social media to make people create a demand for the supply that I'm providing.
But no one's gonna know if they don't even know about you. You know what I mean?
No problem. This isn't for everybody.
So it's like Dr. Phil, but Dr. Said. So in order for people to get to you, in order for people to, they have to wait.
You know
so
what?
basically, the people that follow you are all like-minded. You guys are all like-minded. You accept them because you basically screen them before you accept them, right?
Correct.
So it's basically people who are on the same exact page as you.
We got a phone call.
Oh, cool.
Oh, we have a phone call. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Alex.
Uh-oh.
Oh, who's calling?
It's Magic Johnson, man.
Magic Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Big friend of the show. What's up, Magic? How you feeling, brother?
Yo, what's up, Alex? Look, you know I listen to the show every week.
Okay, I appreciate that too.
And I would have called a long time ago, but
Right.
you know, I just had a lot going on, and I had to do the interview with ESPN First
I
Take.
saw that.
I had to call you next.
Well, I appreciate that, man, because, you know, not only are you a friend of mine, I'm a Laker fan until the day I die, and it's just been a lot of mess going on, and it just kind of hurt me when I saw that you left the Lakers so abruptly, and I just, me and, like, the whole city really wanted to get some clarity. Like, dude, what happened? So I figured you were going to, in time, you were eventually going to come out and let us know, but I appreciate you calling, man. Maybe you let me know, like, what happened, dude?
Well, first off, let me give a shout out to Jenny Buss.
Okay, yeah.
And I want to say thanks, Jenny, for the opportunity.
Yeah.
And another thing, Alex, I want to get straight is I love the Lakers.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, there's nothing that I love more.
Magic, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm surprised you don't have a Laker tattoo.
Man, look.
You would just think you'd have a picture of a championship championship trophy on your elbow or something.
Hey, look, Alex, that might be one of the things I do in the future if Jenny sell me the team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But no, look, I just want to express that there was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And when things are not fun for me no more, I gotta quit.
Yeah.
And that's
like a lot of us in life.
Let's just be real, Alex. I didn't need the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
You got a lot going on.
That's right. Cause see, I told Jeannie, and Jeannie is like a sister to me.
Is it Jeannie or Jenny? What's her name?
Jenny Buss.
Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Jenny.
You've actually known her since she was a little
I've known
kid
her since she was a little girl.
Because you friends with her dad.
That's right.
Rest in peace.
Because when
Dr. Jerry Buss.
when I came to the Lakers from Michigan, I told Dr. Jerry Buss that I probably was not gonna stay. I was gonna play out my rookie deal and go play for Detroit.
Right.
But I fell in love with his family.
Right.
And so I decided to stay.
Right.
But to get back to the point,
Yeah.
it was a lot of backstabbing going on.
Okay.
You know, Rob Pelinka was talking and saying things behind my back.
Right.
And I didn't like them things
Right.
that he was saying behind my back.
Right.
And another thing is, when I got hired, I told her that I would be in and out of the office.
Right.
I got other things I need to do.
Right.
And she said that
You're
that
a
wouldn't be a
billionaire.
problem.
You got a lot of things going on.
Exactly.
Right.
See, there you go. Exactly.
We all know Magic got a whole lot going on.
You already know.
Right.
And Rob Pelinka was trying to take my job. And don't get me wrong, I don't care about that. Because I was going to leave in 2 other seasons anyway, but I was trying to train them.
Right.
You know, and I got friends.
Yeah.
And my friends outside of the Lakers was telling me what Rob was saying.
Oh, okay.
And not only that, I wanted to fire Luke Walton.
Hey, man, you and the whole city wanted to fire Luke Walton.
And don't get me wrong, Luke is a great guy.
Yeah.
I love Luke.
I just don't think he was the right fit.
But he wasn't
team.
the right fit, especially for not King LeBron James.
Right, exactly.
And after that, I told Jenny that.
Were you friends with his daddy, with Bill Walton?
Who's daddy?
Luke Walton's daddy, Bill Walton.
You already know. Okay. That was my friend.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it was not personal. See, that's the problem, Alex. See, too many people are coming in the Lakers organization.
Yeah.
And they just own the squad because they friends.
Yeah.
We need people to be qualified for the job and not just friends.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
That's right. Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians.
Yes, there you go.
And when I was in the office, I was ready to fire Luke. And then Jeannie's friend comes in that's in charge of a whole nother part of the Lakers. Yeah. And he says, well, I don't want to fire Luke. And I said, well, look, this is too much. I only answer to Jenny.
Right.
And so I said, I got to go. It's just too much going on.
Well, you know what, Magic? I appreciate you calling and letting us know. It's like getting some closure to a situation. I know I still love you. This whole city loves you, man. And we appreciate you just being who you are, man. And you just continue your success. And most importantly, I love that you listen and you watch the Funny Don't Stop show every single week, man. So that means more to us than anything.
I'm always going to support. You guys are part of L.A. I'm part of L.A. I'm going to support the Funny Don't Stop show.
Big round of applause, you guys. Big round of applause. Magic Johnson in the building. Man, that meant so much. That meant so much.
In the building.
Hey, Sed, I was.
Sorry. So back to. Go ahead.
Finish what you were saying.
No. Back to what he was saying because we had cut him off.
What were we saying? What were we saying?
We're talking about Robert F. Smith.
Robert F. Smith. I thank you for getting us back on. Were you going to say something else about him?
Yeah. Well, we didn't even talk about the subject matter. Really, real quick.
Yeah.
Because I know we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Today. Real quick, I basically brought up the point that what Robert Smith did was really great.
Amazing.
Really amazing.
Yeah.
I brought up the point to say because he's an investment manager, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm giving you backstory because a lot of people I just heard of Robert Smith.
Yeah, how did he get his money, his wealth, for the people that don't know?
He's a tech hedge fund guy, wealth investment guy, but from the tech industry, he's gained billions of dollars. He's the richest black man on the planet Earth. African American. And
is he
from
Nigerian? Is he from America or is
yes? This is a black man. This ain't no African nothing. This is
Chicago, Atlanta, New York.
He's a straight black man. He's based out of Austin, Texas.
Okay.
This is not some African oil tycoon or nothing like that that have money.
Right.
Nothing of that nature. So that's just the backstory. He's good with investments and things of that nature.
Right.
So I said, since he was investing in these black youth that was graduating from college and saying, I'm going to drop this $40 million, 30, whatever the number is that came out, I said the single most important investment that a black man can make is marrying a black woman.
Okay.
And so a lot of people got in their feelings on that because...
Well, you said
and you're entitled to your opinion. Period.
You said
correct?
You did. You're right, and you did say that, and you also said even more over than donating to pay student loan debt.
Exactly.
It kind of like negated. It almost like took away.
I said the single most important thing that you can do as a black man is invest in a black woman and marry a black family, even more so than an investment of paying off student loans.
Okay.
So explain for the people that may not understand it. For the people that just clicked in with us. First of all, this man, he found himself an ex-Playboy model, right?
Correct.
White. But he went and helped out black institutions. So a lot of people are like, well, how's he going? Here's my thing. I don't want to interrupt at all because I want you to continue to say what you're saying.
It's an open dialogue.
I feel like that has nothing to do with anything. I mean, would you say the same thing if a white man came in and gave $40 billion to a bunch of brothers?
Thank you.
So again, it is everyone's entitled to an opinion. Obviously, we know since the beginning of time. I can go long with it. I'm gonna do this short version. Traditionally, black women get mad when they see any black man that gets any type of success, whether you're a basketball player or oil tycoon or you're a dude that owns Walmart.
Or a tech man.
They feel like, oh, the first thing you're going to do is go get you a white woman. But guess what? If that's what he wants to do and he's happy in his life, he could do it, then God bless him. But I see how some people have that problem. I don't have a problem with it. I personally don't.
He could be married to a fucking horse or a donkey for all they care.
Right.
You know what I mean? The fact that what he did was great.
Right.
You know?
Correct. I understand that principle.
Right.
Yeah.
So the majority of the people felt like you, Alex. So most people were not mad. They were mad at me for making that point being made. Most people were saying what you were saying.
And you're not saying you're mad, upset, angry. You're just pointing out a point that is near and dear to you.
I'm making
Correct?
I'm making a point so people can think outside of the box, right?
Right.
And I am making a point to say that in our culture, it's very important to date a black woman or marry a black woman and procreate within the black community.
Okay.
That's not to say anybody is less because they don't do it. I didn't make that point. I didn't say that. What I said was the single most investment that a black man can make is investing in a black woman and marrying black.
You said
over
over
an investment of paying student loans.
My question is, what does that have to do with black women are amazing? What does that have to do with the deed that he did?
I don't think it has anything to do.
My point.
He's not knocking what this man did.
No, I understand that.
You know,
but basically, it sounds like, and how it can be perceived is that because it's a white woman that he's with.
I noticed. So that's the inference that
that's
I
what
allow.
Because why would you bring up a black? You know what I mean? But like
exactly.
I can
So
see
that's
how that
that's
totally
the inference that I let your mind go into and let people draw their own conclusions.
So
I never said.
Are you doing this for like you do this to get a rise out of
No,
people?
I'm doing this to make people think. And what he did was make
you know what he's doing. You know, and I'm just being like I don't know, a
Devil's
translator.
advocate?
What do you call it? Mediator. He's kicking up dust to open the dialogue to talk about it. I hear what you're saying. You're going, oh, does it make you feel good that you're saying now everybody's talking? But remember, a lot of people do things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm not coming from that place. Whatever you just did right there, like that. I'm like, does it make you feel good? No, not at all. Like that. I don't get off on shit like that.
Right.
No. I observe from the sidelines, you know, and I just was legit confused, wondering what it sounded like it negated. I see what you're saying, but. Of course, invest in a black woman. You know, they're beautiful. They're amazing. They're everything. Correct. You know, everyone is amazing. You know what I mean? But I just didn't see how that correlated with what this man just did. I felt like it was like those are two different topics, like two different separate.
Oh, it was
real
topics,
quick. I got to
right?
interrupt. If there's anybody listening right now. Black woman, give us a call. We want to hear what you have to say about it. 310-986-6610. Again, just if you're coming in late, this man gave $40 million to the 2019 graduating class of Morehouse University to pay off these children's loans, which was an amazing thing. All right.
Correct.
So I want to get on to.
Said, would that be because there's a lot of black females that was in that class? Would that be investing in black women?
It was no black women in the class. It's an all-male school.
So it was an all-male school.
Morehouse is an all-male school.
So it was all
it's
men.
an all-male school. Right,
all men. Not one single woman.
Right.
Didn't Harry Belafonte, wasn't his woman white, and he helped invest in the civil rights movement?
Yeah, I'm not.
And so my whole thing is, do you think Martin Luther King would be like, no, you know what? I'm not going to accept. We don't need your funds to help us fund the civil rights movement because your lady is white.
So
Can you imagine?
Well, it's kind of hard, Dara, because you haven't lived the black experience or know the black experience to speak on a black experience.
Okay, I'm not speaking on a black experience.
Well, you said
like,
Harry Belafonte.
Well,
right?
I mean, I'm giving an example. That's like, is he catching heat because of that? Is he like? Would
Very
you
much so.
Would you have said
No,
that?
and he actually did.
Very much so.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's nothing.
You know,
It's kind of like it's nothing
What
new.
if he donated, $40 million? Like, what if it was him that did it?
And I would call him out too.
You would call him out?
Yes,
But when you say
So
calling
you
out,
are
you're
calling
not
out
saying
Robert
he's
F.
wrong.
Smith.
You're not saying he's wrong.
So you are calling out Robert F. Smith.
Listen, if you allow me a chance to talk, I will give you.
You said you would have called him out too.
Yes,
two.
I
The
would,
keyword is two.
Yes, I would bring into the forefront to allow people to understand the full context of the conversation.
Right.
Which is when a black man marries outside of his race. What is that saying from context? I become a millionaire and I should marry outside of my race? No. Is that the context?
Well, let me ask you a question, Rob.
And I think that's important.
If the man was here in your face right now, if Robert Smith was here in our faces right now, after you shake his hand and say, great job, that's amazing what you did, would you be able to say in his face?
Let me hold something.
I wasn't even thinking that. No, I'm talking about some serious stuff. Would you really be like, but brother, explain that white chick?
Yes, I would. I would ask him to.
What do you think? Do you think he would take that as offensive? Or Or do you think he would take that as
you're in no place to ask him?
I don't have to explain shit to you.
Well, if he's coming to me in a public forum to have a public dialogue, yes. I would do the same thing with Kamala Harris. I would be like, how is it that you are consider yourself an African-American woman and you have, no, it's not just Robert Smith because he gave some money.
No, I hear you.
That's any person that's in a public figure standpoint.
It's
I think
any
that's
person
a
who's
legitimate,
black who's with a white woman.
Right.
Yes, I think that's a legitimate conversation to have in the world of what we're dealing with systematic racism
Dara,
and
I
oppression.
can see you looking at it in a certain way, but I can also see him.
I'm looking at it from all aspects.
Right.
I'm never just a one-track mind. That's
Right.
one thing. My page is in private. I'm not one-tracked. You know what I mean?
Right.
I keep it open because I like dialogue of all walks of life to come in and chime in on anything.
This is the reason why we have to have these conversations, right? Because you see how everybody's like big mad. So when you see
Who's
that,
big mad?
you are big mad
I'm
over
not
this
big
conversation.
mad. I'm not big mad. I have questions. I didn't understand it, and I have every fucking right, like
you don't
anybody
have-
else, to ask you.
You're not asking questions. You're making statements. But at the end of the day,
have you helped anyone get out of their debt?
yes. Yes,
Have you paid
Yes,
the
I
debt
have.
off of anyone?
Yes,
one
I
person.
have. I'm not comparing
You
myself
have?
to Robert F. Smith. That's not the
you paid
dialogue.
a debt off, a college debt off.
But see, that's
anyone.
going. But that's getting. That's
I mean,
almost
like-
like going to court because guess what? Say he helped a cousin. Say he helped a nephew.
Which is dope.
It wasn't on the lines of $40 million.
Yeah.
But it could have been like, yo, man, help me pay off a couple books.
Yeah, which is great.
Like, nigga, here's $200. Pay off that math book. You know, whatever
no,
it was.
it could be anything small, which means
Right,
something.
right.
You know,
But
anything.
let me ask this.
ahead,
Sed,
Savvy.
like,
Go ahead, Savvy.
is it when we talk about marrying outside of our race or dating outside of our race, is it a specific intention?
like
that
your woman, right?
Right.
You're-
Is it a specific intention that's being targeted? Like, say, for example, when I was growing up, I don't want to say this person's name because I know them personally, but when I was growing up, there was a female that said, I'm going to have my child by a white guy when I get older because I want my baby to have good hair.
Correct.
Hers was nappy.
You grew up with Serena Williams?
Good one, Alex.
That just felt like it was on the edge of my tongue, bro.
But you know, but I said that for a reason, Sed, because
ahead.
some people will say, well, you know what? I want my children to look a certain way, so I'm going to get a white woman.
Correct.
But then you'll find a selected group of people who happen to, maybe I go to college with this person, or maybe I met this person on a job and she happens to be white and I just simply vibed and fell in love with her.
No problem.
But I'm still pro-black, like my mama black, daddy black, like I'm with that. Like, is it the intention that you look at when you say something like that, or is it just that, hey bro, I don't care if you love this white woman, you need to stay black. You need to date black regardless what you fall in love with.
Listen, I'm not saying anybody is wrong that dates outside their race.
Right.
I never made that statement. What I said was that's a conversation. If we're going to have a black conversation and talk about what are the optics that we are telling young youth that's getting ready to go into a professional career or environment for the rest of their life.
Right.
Date who you want to date.
And
Be
you're
with
also
who
saying
wanna be
you
with.
don't agree with it,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
It
I
is.
guess that's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
say.
yeah,
he doesn't agree with
It's
it.
like I just don't agree with it, but
Yeah.
you know
Right.
what?
Yeah,
We
and
should-
no, to each his own.
Yeah, and it's not just
it's a
not
culture
just Sed
thing.
either, because I have uncles that, man, they not with that at all.
Listen,
You know?
And there's
this
Jewish,
isn't a far.
there's
this
Jewish
isn't a
people
far,
that only want to date Jews, and
Right.
you know,
That's
Latin,
what I
Latin,
was just getting
Asian,
ready to say.
Asian. Yeah, it's a culture
That's
thing.
what I was just getting ready to
it.
say. So I don't
know?
understand how this is a far-fetched concept, especially in the Jewish community where that is forbidden to actually marry outside your race in order to be a Jew.
Well, I'm a
Jews
fucking
have-
bad Jew, ladies and gentlemen, because I have fucked around with the best of them.
No, but we don't call you bad. We know you like chocolate.
I know. I've
There's
had
nothing wrong with
chocolate
that.
in me. I've had some. I've had fucking
had
wontons.
chocolate in me.
I've had wontons. I've had goddamn empanadas inside of my ass. Well, not in my ass.
She said
but
empanadas.
I mean, you know, you live a
my
little. I
God.
dibbled and dabbled.
Well, you know what?
But anyways.
That's what I love about the Funny Don't Stop show, because guess what? We laugh.
It's called
even
Universal,
though we're
baby.
talking about
doubt,
some
no
serious.
doubt.
I
No
want to
doubt.
flip subjects. How much time do we have to do before we go to our break, Doc?
We're just gonna keep going.
We going.
gonna
Oh,
roll?
we just gonna
We
keep
gonna
going.
keep going.
Yeah.
Okay,
going for
real
broke.
quick before I bring on my guest, real quick. Did anybody see the Deontay Wilder fight
What
this
fight?
last
No,
weekend? Did you? I know what fight.
What fight?
Dog, was that not the hardest knockout you've ever seen in your life?
To this day.
Yeah.
When I let me
To this
just-
day.
let me just get this off my chest. This nigga knocked the waves out the nigga's head. If you look at slow motion, that shit went from waves to straight hair. Like I couldn't. But there was one angle, dude. He hit him so hard, his chin hit his shoulder, and I could have swore it looked like he knocked one of his ears off.
God.
It looked like he knocked his ears off, and one of his eyebrows almost came off his face. Like he hit him.
That's crazy.
He hit him that hard, and they tried to talk to the dude. They tried to talk to him. They're like, "Are you okay?" He was like, "Nigga, just order me a yogurt and and tell my mama just to park my big wheel in front of the house." Like,
It's more like a fucking go-kart. No,
The religion out of that nigga.
You saw
man. Shit was ridiculous. and you want to know what was so funny though, Alex? When I saw it, like when I first saw it, the first thing it made me think about is this joke. I know you heard it that Martin Lawrence said.
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah.
Right.
Martin was like, see, if I was a boxer, I wouldn't be talking all that shit.
Right.
He said, that way, if I get my ass knocked out, I'd be like, man, fuck y'all. I didn't tell y'all I was going to win. You know? But, when you talking all that shit.
Exactly. So I had to bring that up though. Deontay Wilder is definitely excited.
He's a beast, bro.
He is the new beast in the heavyweight division.
Hell yeah.
So big round of applause to Deontay.
Yes.
Deontay. So Sed, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna bring up this next topic, right?
No problem.
I'm gonna bring up this topic because we were supposed to do it last week, and while we're doing, I want you to you run point on this while I get my guests situated. All right?
No problem.
But I'm gonna bring it up real quick. We were supposed to talk about this last week, but I know everybody heard about how Farrakhan was banned from the internet. You know, some people don't know exactly why. Some people pretty much know why. But give us the insight, Sed, on why was he banned? How can you ban somebody in a day of social media? You know what I mean? Right. And just talk to me about it.
Kidding me?
What? Yeah, I was trying to figure out the joke.
There wasn't no joke about
No,
that.
it was a joke.
Nigga, hey, you know if I have the Muslims pull up on me, nigga.
Hell yeah.
Shit. I love the Muslims.
That's funny. But yeah, so
Salam alaikum.
What did you say about me, brother?
Facebook and YouTube increased their privacy ratings and basically decided that they were going to block a lot of extreme people on internet. Honestly, I feel like it's not really a bad thing, but I think that Farrakhan being included on the list is one of the things that everybody's in an uproar about. So with them creating these new privacy laws within YouTube, they have decided, not just Farrakhan, to YouTube's credit, also Alex Jones, quite a few white supremacist websites and white supremacist organizations were cut off YouTube. Okay. So I think it created a big broil within the black community about why was Farrakhan single-handedly pointed out as a person, but a lot of people haven't done their reading to understand it.
So it's across the board. There's other extremists.
They took out a lot of extremists off the YouTube.
So
platform.
does that mean that you can't now find old Farrakhan footage? Is that what that is, or is anything new?
It's kind of gray in that. On YouTube,
right?
I still see
because I watch a lot of Farrakhan speeches on YouTube.
I think it's primarily just his page and his live stream, his account that he had as his official page got shut down.
But now when other people have uploaded and stuff like that,
other people uploaded, then they'll go through a case by case scenario to determine what they're going to shut down. But literally, he can't have an account and create an account and run a official Farrakhan page off of YouTube and off of Facebook.
Wow.
So. That's the thing. So it's interesting. It's an interesting play because I think that it's making more black people more aware of the nation, and I think the nation had kind of been falling off a little bit.
Right.
Nipsey Hussle and the Nation of Islam movement, to me, have been going through a membership law, and people are kind of falling down a little bit. So it's kind of interesting now that everything that transpired with Nipsey Hussle, you see a great emergence of the Nation of Islam, as well as now that he's been taken off the YouTube, everybody's like, go Farrakhan, go Farrakhan. Right. You got Snoop, you got all these celebrities now pushing Farrakhan. So I think it's an interesting play. I know Doc always messes with me about conspiracies, but I definitely think it's a somewhat type of conspiracy to get people to go a little bit more towards Islam or the Nation of Islam. And go into those principles and practices, and that's a whole nother context in itself.
But if you feel a conspiracy, but constructed by who? If that's what you think,
the media and the powers that play on who gets to play in the sandbox and who doesn't get to play in the sandbox. I think Farrakhan is a part of the system created to be that antithesis, to project people or to stoke anger within the black community.
How old is Farrakhan now?
He's 80 something, like 80.
I don't know.
Yeah, he looks great.
I thought he was like 100.
I definitely think he's working with the government.
I thought he was 102.
Wait. What
He
you
looks
say?
good though.
He looks great.
What you gonna say?
He needs to repeat what he just said.
What did you just say?
Said?
Oh, I definitely think Farrakhan's working with the government. Definitely.
In a good way, bad way.
In what capacity?
Because all he does is bring peace. If you ask
And
me.
to say whatever his message is, I'm saying that is co-signed by the government. Every black organization in the time, the NOI was the only organization to still stand. Out of all organs, Black Panther, go through all of them. And there are a lot of deep documents on a lot of the information we're hearing now. We talked about 3 episodes ago about how Sharpton was an informant and things of that nature.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if Farrakhan was also working with the government to do what he's doing.
Right.
But
In exchange for what?
Or in exchange for making sure the black, just like a lot of the black ministers,
that it
are
doesn't
part
get
of,
completely out of control.
I think it's actually the opposite. To actually,
Oh, you think they want an uprising with him?
I think they want a black uprising. I think that's what all of this.
But you understand,
brutality-
Farrakhan would be against that. He's trying to bring peace.
I don't necessarily know that.
He's not coming with the Malcolm X thing, like saying by any means necessary, pull out your guns, get ready. The white man is coming. He ain't saying nothing like that.
He's not saying that.
He's just saying be aware, stay woke.
But the results of a lot of things that he's saying is stoking up a lot of anger within the black community, right? So I think the end game, not the message of what you're saying, but what is the end game? And he's a very smart brother and a great orator.
Right.
I like a lot of things, for the record, I like a lot of things that Farrakhan is saying. But I think ultimately his mission is to get black people stoked up into being angry out here.
Well, there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a nice little insight from Fact Man. Give it up for Sed Brass in the building.
Hey.
And one thing about the Funny Don't Stop show, we can talk about anything we want to. And
and I mean anything.
And when I say anything, the segue to go from Farrakhan to what they're about to talk about.
Farrakhan to Farradong.
Hey.
Hello. Who's on fire? Who's on fire here?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have one of my homeboys that just stopped in the studio. He is a living legend. I like to call him the Michael Jordan of the adult industry. And he has a lot to talk about. We got a lot of questions, and he's here in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Mr. Marcus. Mr. Marcus in the building. What up, boy?
What up, bro?
I'm chilling, man. You look tired. You had to put in some work today. I don't know. Did you work today? Is that a gym workout or?
It's physical. It's always physical.
It's very physical.
It's very physical.
And as long as I've known you, you've always looked in shape.
Hey man, you gotta keep it moving.
You gotta keep it moving. That's
right.
Somebody told me. I know, right? Somebody actually told me too, Marcus. They said that like sex is actually cardio. It's actually like, say you're a person that doesn't actually get to the gym, but you fuck 4 days a week. You got your cardio in.
Right. Well, I mean, I always told people I think porn stars are like athletes.
Athletes?
Like if you just putting in the work.
Yeah.
You're gonna put it. You're going for stamina, endurance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're telling me you have a sex trainer, or is there like certain type of workout that like for instance basketball players they know they got to work on their speed and agility and their jumping. Football players they get the bags. They got to because they're tackling people. Boxer, he's hitting the heavy bag. Is there like a sex exercise to make your stroke bigger, better, stronger,
longer,
faster, longer?
Bionic.
Wow. Well,
Marcus, you know what a lot of people say it again.
You want that bionic fuck.
That bionic, yes. And don't hold back tonight. We can talk about anything and everything. Let's go for it. Because, I mean, first of all, I consider...
Simmer down, Dara. Simmer down.
It's getting hot in here.
It's a little bit too much testosterone.
All your clothes.
There's a little too much testosterone in the room.
Getting so hot, I'm going to take my clothes off. Remix.
He's used to that, okay?
Let's settle down.
I encourage you.
So let's do the backstory on you before we even get to some of the good stuff, man. A lot of people don't know you a California dude. Is it Pomona? Pomona.
Straight out of Pomona.
That's right off the 60, right?
Right.
Yeah, right off of Gary or Ganesha.
Yeah.
10 freeway, yeah.
There it is, 60 or the 10.
Yes. So I always want to know, and it's crazy, man, because we've known each other for so many years, but I always want to ask you, like, you know, pretty sure if you asked Magic Johnson in 8th grade, he said, I want to be a basketball player, right? Pretty sure if you went up to, you know, Marcus Allen or, you know, LaDainian Thompson, he played Pop Warner. He's like, yo, I'm going to go to college, then I'm going to go to the pros, right? I always wanted to ask you, like, how old were you when you knew, you know what, fucking is going to be in my life?
That is going to be.
You know, what age was it when you went, you know what, nigga? This is going to be a profession.
Tear some pussy up
I
for
am
the rest
really
of my
good
life.
at this. I am really good at this. When did you know?
I got this down.
Right.
I want to get good at that.
Right. I got my dick sucked by 3 chicks last night. I think I'm ready for the pros. How did you know? Like, how old were you?
I mean, I don't know. I was humping. I call it humping.
You were humping.
I was humping pretty early. It started off humping pretty good. I was humping my best friend's sister.
Okay.
Damn.
Who's a friend? You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Okay.
So-
Nice friend.
A good friend.
So it was a safe hump.
It was a safe hump, but
safe hump.
I was a humping kid.
Oh, okay.
So I was a humping kid. So by the time I got to the teenage years, I didn't know porn was a business.
Right. Yeah, no, you had seen porn before, because all of us as teenagers,
Right.
we saw porn, but you didn't know how to go about it.
I was what, 14, 15?
Right.
You know, I was peeking at the TV. At the time we used to have a lockbox.
On was it either like select
Remember
or
that?
on
Select
TV?
on
and
TV,
then your
right,
parents
right,
could take the key.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My mom always took the key.
Yeah.
And it was soft porn. It was soft porn
Right,
back then.
right.
You know, you wouldn't see the inside of the fallopian
yeah,
tubes and shit.
You wouldn't see the inside of the
You
thigh.
wouldn't see cum shots on TV and shit.
Right.
I remember that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was a big deal. When the first like pop shot, I saw him doing a vid in a magazine. It was a big deal, because it was like, yo, it's getting, you know, it's going beyond that softcore using your imagination.
Right.
That's what you're doing. You're filling in the blanks.
Right.
Right.
Two people staring at each other, you know, with the clothes off. You're like, what's gonna happen next?
And back in the day, all of a sudden it would just be a cigarette. It's like, motherfucker, really? Can I see how they finished? And you know what? A lot of people that don't know the history, I'm really up on my history. That was the difference between Larry Flint and Hugh Hefner.
Right.
So
Oh, yeah.
Playboy was soft. Yeah, he showed tits.
Like
he showed
classic.
some ass.
More
And
classy.
Cerebral.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Larry
Soft.
Flint was like, let's open the pussy up.
Right.
Let's show these motherfuckers what they really want to
He
say.
handed her a bat.
Let's-
Like, here, what you gonna do with that?
Exactly.
Like, well, we're doing an anal cavity exam.
Pretty much. You know, like what's the name? Playboy, Hugh Hefner. He was like, let's just show a little sex.
Right.
Where Larry Flint was like, no, I want to see the balls banging up
I wanna
against
see
this
it
chick's
all.
ass.
I want to see it all.
He understood
I want the
hardcore.
biggest dick and the littlest pussy.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
We're gonna make sure we video and take pictures and document the hell out of it.
Wait, so let me ask you a question. So when you were 15, 16 years old, and again, this is kind of the same thing. 15, 16, Magic was like, hey, I want to play basketball, but I got my favorite players, right? We all knew who our favorite players was.
Right,
when I was a kid, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, right? If you were a baseball player, hey, man, you like Reggie Jackson or, you know, Catfish Hunter or, you know, Eric Carrolls. You didn't know names of people back then. I mean, back then, obviously, it was a white thing. You knew who John Holmes was and
No,
Debbie
I knew.
Does Dallas.
I knew.
Oh, you knew dudes' names back then?
I knew Shawn Michaels. I knew Julian St. Jocks.
So they were in the game before you.
Yeah.
They paved the way for your dick.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
The Hunter.
Pretty much. Feel free
Yeah,
to
those
laugh,
were and they were-
motherfuckers.
they were the
Are y'all
homies.
niggas here? Y'all acting like we're
I'm
sitting in here
loving
with a
this.
goddamn priest.
Yeah, I
This
know.
is the coolest nigga on the planet. Do you
Alex,
understand?
You going in? You
I'm
going in.
excited.
Hey, he is the coolest dude on the planet. This is stuff I always wanted to know, and he's my friend. So, Shawn Michael, all them dudes. Did anybody kind of like, yo?
Alex is like, okay, so back to what I was saying. So
Yeah,
Shawn
that's-
Michael,
so back to what I was saying.
Okay, fucking CNN.
Right. No, exactly. So what happens is when you get in this business, a lot of times you have mentors. Since you don't know what's going on, get somebody pull you aside, like, yo,
Yeah, no. Shawn
Shoot your
Michaels
game,
was like, when I first got on, Shawn was just real cool, smooth brother.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of brothers in the porn industry.
Right.
There was 5 or 6 of us. And
year wise, what are we talking?
like
98, 99,
This is 90. I got in 94.
94. Okay.
Wow.
This is 94, 95,
Okay.
96. You know, I came in, I went straight to directing and, you know,
Oh, you got behind the scenes too.
Yeah, behind the scenes. I was writing scripts. I was sitting. I was.
Nigga, did you just say writing scripts?
There was scripts. There was scripts.
I have never seen a script in porn history. That'd be like saying, I was reading the books first about it, and nigga, is there really scripts?
I wrote a script. I was shit. I was like, because I had a whole.
It was 2 pages, nigga.
It was.
Was it like a
pages,
serious?
Man, it was enough to say this girl's got to come in. She's got to look sexy.
And just get naked.
She was a secretary and she wasn't doing her homework. And she was really upset. And then the boss came in and said, "What have you been doing?" "I don't know what I've been doing." Next thing you know, balls in your face.
Balls in your face.
You should have done all your filing.
That's so funny. So
the finger point, though. You like that, hysterical.
Huh? Speaking of what Dara's saying,
thank you, Marcus.
Speaking of what Dara's saying, was it a great difference? Was it a great difference between being with a black partner versus being with Caucasian partners?
He's like, to what Dara said. Conversation when we were having a serious conversation
about Robert racist porn
with Robert F. Smith. Let's come back around.
Well, if I'm correct, we just men in general. Marcus don't even have to be the one to say this. When it comes to men, we don't discriminate when it comes to pussy. Am I right? My grandfather always told me, black, white, it's all pink on the inside. You're a professional. Tell me.
Yeah. So
let Marcus talk.
So to answer his question, black, white. Which is better, which is not, what is what, or do you enjoy it all?
It don't even matter. It's the girl and her enthusiasm.
You see, Sed? You haven't lived.
Let the man talk.
I'm sorry.
Let the man
really,
talk.
it comes down to that. It just comes down to chemistry. I went, in the late '90s, they were starting to. That's what they were casting for.
Right.
Who do you want?
The diversity.
Who are you attracted to?
Right.
And then that's what we were trying to build our scenes around.
But does that really matter when you're paid to just come have sex today? Does it matter if she's white, black, Hispanic? It's just like, hey, Marcus, these 3 chicks, Marcus, you guys fuck. All right. Is it really a chemistry thing?
You looking for it. It's
to make it more authentic,
it's
right?
Better if you got it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy. A lot of people don't know this also, Marcus, about the AVNs. Mm-hmm. For the people that are listening and you don't have no clue, the AVNs is basically the Oscars for porn. I always wanted to know, what are the categories? Best blowjob, best anal gangbang. It's really for real, right?
Best anal. I've seen girls go up there and win for best anal and be like, I just want to thank my mom. I want to thank
No.
I'm going to go even harder and bigger for next year.
Oh my.
Thank you for all the guys.
This is for everyone. Oh my God, my asshole's for everyone. Good night.
Have you won any AVN awards? Have you won any?
Yeah, I won a few. Hall of Fame.
Nigga, stop everything. This man is in the Hall of Fame. It should be real loud right now. We have a Hall of Fame fucker in the building right now. Nigga, how did that make you feel? I mean, you understand that's the top. You can't go no higher than that.
I know. What am I going to do? I try to bring it into the bedroom. She's like, get that shit out of here. Like, listen, I won an award.
So I got a question for you. Again, back to sports. When you go to the Hall of Fame, what happens? They enshrine, in the Hall of Fame, you'll see all the faces of the famous people. Do they enshrine your face or your dick? Like, which one do they do? Is it a gold dick in that motherfucker, or is it you smiling with your thumbs up? Like, how does that work?
Just put a dick print.
Just put a dick print.
I put my hands. I had to put a handprint. That was about it.
Wow.
Are you dead serious?
I did that. We did. There's a museum in Las Vegas dedicated to porn stars. That they induct them into it, and I put my hat. I put my
because you're famous for that,
right? I put the LA fitted on there, and I put my hand.
That's awesome.
See, that's another thing a lot of people don't know. Certainly, again, I got to go back to sports. Certain things everybody knew certain players for a characteristic, right? Everybody knew Deion Sanders wore his rag under his helmet,
right.
So he actually put that rag on, right? Different things, people know for the way they dress and stuff, right? So, and you got to do speeches. When you got accepted, did you do a thank you speech? Did you thank all the bitches you had sex with, or was it like the academy, or how does that?
Well, when they inducted me, I was in the back of the studio.
Getting your dick sucked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
why not? Well, why not?
Always working.
Always working. On the biggest day of his life. He's like, guys, give me 5 more minutes. All right, hurry up. right? You know what I mean? So no, that's crazy, dude, because so many people, Marcus, like that's so characteristic with the goddamn hat. Explain that shit. When you started, were you just one of those dudes who like gonna be my characteristic? You're gonna know me when you didn't know
your
me.
Your signature look.
I wasn't even like that, man. It was just I shaved my head. I didn't like the way my head looked. And then I found, when you look back at the old photos, where I was wearing hats, the hats was just fitting all kind of ways. I was like, what the hell was I doing? But, as time went on, man, you find what fits right, and you just start to go with it.
Because when I think of the movie Baby Boy, and I see Ving Rhames, and I'm thinking like, yeah, that nigga got that shit. That character, John Singleton had to get that character for you. Am I right?
I love John. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, John Singleton. He was a real cool dude, man. We're friends with him, and also.
Yeah, it's the homie.
Yeah, he was the homie, man. What were you gonna say, Dara?
Speaking on behalf of all these awards that you received and tons and lifetime achievement awards and
lifetime of lube,
lifetime of lube, lifetime of lube,
all that stuff.
On behalf of the Funny Don't Stop show, I would like to present you with an award here. And I think this is for you. This is there's no award like this one, okay, Marcus? This is the prestigious.
We got the camera on Raul.
This is the prestigious. What the hell is that? Are you ready? This is the prestigious King Dingaling Awards. You have to read it.
What is it?
You have to read the.
Tell him.
This is ladies and genitals. Ladies and genitals. This is the King Dingaling Awards of 2019. On the Funny Don't Stop show, and it's a Japanese eggplant.
It's a Japanese eggplant.
So you cannot talk shit about the Asians, okay? You cannot.
There's your camera right there, so they can read that. Yeah, see that?
King Dingaling Awards, ladies and gentlemen. Give it a round of applause.
I'm pretty sure there's a few girls out there right now.
I saw your work. I did. I Googled you before I got to work today.
You Googled?
And that looks like it actually could, be the same size. Looks like.
All right. Hey, real quick, if there's any ladies out there and you are a Mr. Marcus fan and you always have been, give us a call. 310-986-6610. You might have some questions about say you may not have came in 6 months. Marcus can tell you how.
I got you.
He's got the King Dingaling.
Say it again.
Who found you? I know you did.
I did. I got it at Ralph's last night, but I made sure that I don't want to spend too much. I don't want to spend too much. But I made it. It's custom. I mean, you can't beat that.
This is perfect. Yeah.
Speaking of
that,
that,
awesome. Listen, listen. I could give you a really quick recipe. Okay.
Yes.
You could slice it and dice it. You could put a little cracked sea salt, a little cracked pepper, olive oil. You could roast it in the oven on 350 for about 20 minutes.
You know your eggplants, don't you?
I do. It's delicious. So don't let it go to waste. Don't let it go to waste. You can have it for dinner.
Hey, Marcus, I have a real a question for you. Something that's in the news right now. So Jada Pinkett Smith just admitted that she was addicted to porn before she got married to Will Smith. And she said it was a problem. First of all, dude, I had no clue on this planet. Sed, Savvy, have you ever heard of a woman being addicted to porn?
I haven't. I've never heard of that. That's interesting.
I thought that was all dudes.
I don't know why we would think
I thought it was only Dara.
I don't know why that's a big shocker, man.
Tell us about it. What do you mean?
Because women watch porn. Women have dictated porn. I don't think men would be as freaky as they are if it wasn't for women wanting it to be that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? For us wanting to please women, we take our sex game way up.
Right.
Because she said the way she wants it. So you know what I mean? And so porn is female dominated. To be honest.
First of all, it's $1 trillion business. Right. Am I right?
It's
one of the biggest lucrative businesses in the world.
Continuously making more money, and setting precedents on the internet, business models. Leading economy. It's hardware, software driven. Yeah, man.
Has the game, so from when you got in, you would say your first year in the game was 95?
94.
How has, how the music business has changed, right? From downloading, everything's free now. Back when 90s, I remember I was a huge porn fan, so I remember buying that shit, buying CDs, DVDs, everything that came out. I had tapes, I had a collection. I'm not even gonna lie, you know what I mean? But how has the game changed now? Is it lucrative still? Is it as lucrative? Or do the actual players, when you're in porn, get as much as you did back then or less? How's the money?
You know what? Actually, you can make more money now because you have your fans have direct access at you. And so and if you're business savvy, you're creating personas, brands that are monetary driven. So if you want to see photos, you want to see exclusive stuff.
It's like instant
custom,
now.
They can go right to you. You cut out the middleman.
Go right to you and custom. You know what I mean? So this is what I want, and this is how I want it. And you say, okay, this is my price. And thing too. It's not just a local thing; it's a global thing. So you got people from different countries. I mean, I get fans from Sweden to Japan.
I was going to ask you that. Like you have a worldwide fan base.
Worldwide, and they all got. They all freaky as fuck.
And they love black women.
What's like the freakiest person? Okay, so like if you have someone from Japan, what's like the freakiest things that they write you or say, or like is there like what's like the most bizarre, craziest?
Japan's crazy, man.
Like,
Japan was
freaky.
do they like send you like a dirty panty or something, or dirty panties or something? Well, used panties, you know. Or like,
not to interrupt. Don't forget that question. But Mr. Marcus requested that we all take a shot of Diddy Chirac. So because we celebrating. First of all, we had no idea this man was in the Porn Hall of Fame. So big round of applause for that again. This man is in the Porn Hall of Fame.
King Dingaling.
Ding-a-ling! Yeah, it's a King Ding-a-ling.
Hey, speaking of that,
I love you, man.
oh here, pour that. Don't nobody sip yet until everybody gets some. Because I got a question I want to ask earlier. You brought him the eggplant, but one thing tripped me out, Marcus. Tripped me out, man. We got to talk about it. I had absolutely no idea that you had the top selling dick in the world. I heard they couldn't keep your dick on the shelves.
Oh wow!
And all the
selling
sex,
like hotcakes.
Yeah, they're selling like hotcakes throughout all the sex stores. I always wanted to know, man. I know
like eggplants.
Eggplants. I always heard that basketball players. LeBron has his sneakers. Jordan has his sneakers. Do you get paid per dick, nigga? Is it a commission per dick? Is it? It's like, how does that work? And do women go in there and request your dick? I noticed in yours, you even have numbers behind yours, like, you got the 9, or, you got the Mr. Marcus 7 with the vibrating balls. You know what I mean?
Now that sounds interesting.
Explain that.
It's a business, man.
It's a business, nigga. I'm slanging dicks in this
motherfucker. First time I did it, man, I was just kind of like, damn, I don't know about molding my dick.
Right.
And I felt bad about it too, because the mold didn't come out right. So then
what do you mean it didn't come out? Was the wrong shape, nigga? What the fuck?
The truth is, when you're doing it, you gotta keep it erect, right? You want to get a true impression. You gotta make it.
Right.
Talking to the mic so they can hear you.
To get it right, you gotta make a true impression. To make a true impression, you gotta be fully erect.
Right.
So when you do the actual mold.
Yeah, because it's basically you're in
like a mold,
like a cast,
like a cast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went and did that, and then my dick started shrinking because it was so cold.
Oh,
and it
no.
was like nothing to,
they didn't have a fluffer there? Somebody to lick your balls? Suck your dick back to the requirements?
Right. There was no one there to help.
How they not going to have a dick sucker on
or whisper sweet nothings, or kiss your ears or something?
I walked in there thinking I could do it. I'm like, no, I got this, no problem.
Right.
You were being cocky, no pun
Yeah, I was
intended.
being cocky.
I'm on fucking fire tonight, folks. I mean, look at this. Listen, I'm here every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, I'm here.
Finish telling the story about the dick mold. We're listening.
Let's get back to
Because
the
there's ladies that are listening.
I want to hear about the dick mold.
I came back and I had some friends with me.
Oh, that helped you out.
They helped me out.
They had your back, you and your front. God damn it.
They had me going.
Holy shit.
That's the real impression.
Hey, you know what?
Damn. And on that note,
we're going to toast to him being in the Hall of Fame and having a platinum selling dick. It is the #1 selling dick on the planet right now by Mr. Marcus. Toast.
Hey.
Toast.
Yay.
Toast. Yes. Come on, the funny those. I don't know how many people ever toasted to that shit.
Yeah. The King Ding-a-ling, baby.
Simmer down, Dara. Simmer down.
I love Mr. King Ding-a-ling. Look, this shit in my face right here is this, this is
too
just.
excited.
I am excited. Who doesn't get this?
Oh my God. We got a caller?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Diddy, that is delicious.
Okay.
That is pretty good.
No, yeah, Diddy. Oh, this one's mine right here, right?
Like a liquor.
If there wasn't enough chocolate in the room, and now I have a watermelon shot. This is a delicious.
We're gonna have to get a fan for Dara in this motherfucker.
I know, right?
Because I think her blood pressure just went up.
Yeah.
Are you gonna run out and buy his dick, Dara?
Said I love you.
Dara, don't act like you didn't hear me.
I heard it. Yes, of course I love you.
You just love my doggy style.
That's true. That's true.
There you go.
That is true.
So I got a question.
An all 2-minute party.
I got a question.
What?
And I'm not even trying to be crazy when I say this. So I know as a comedian, right? When I'm doing my shows, I'm out about like, good night, y'all.
Right.
I'm selling my T-shirts in the back, blah, 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 my DVD. When you go places, do you bring dicks with you to sell them? I mean, are you moving units?
Yeah.
Are you like, thanks a lot, guys. Buy my dick in the back, $27.99. You know.
You know what? I travel with dicks, and then
say it again.
Travel with dicks.
And you sign them and do all that.
Yeah. But if nobody buying, that's a bitch to taking them back through the airport. You know, so I give them away.
Oh my God, Alex!
Especially if they don't know who you are. Like, who is this nigga
with a bag of dicks?
Luggage. This nigga has 50-pound of dicks in his luggage right now.
My dicks.
But it has to make you feel good when you go, yeah, that's me. That's all
That's
my
mine.
dicks. Yeah.
Right
Can I
there.
be honest and tell you guys something?
What?
Well, since this is on its time and the alcohol is flowing,
You got one for Christmas.
I did. Hanukkah. You know what I wanted to do, which I thought would be a really funny joke. You know how they do dick molds and stuff like that. I actually, a friend of mine, a comedian, right? I'm gonna leave his name out. We were talking about how making a mold of your vagina, right? But they have this thing online where people are making mold of their buttholes.
They have that, right? There's a market for all that shit.
I'm making
that.
mold, and
Hands,
you can make them into little chocolates.
mouth, lips.
So yeah, like little chocolate buttholes. So I thought a nice holiday gift is to make little buttholes,
So
little
they can
chocolate
eat your ass.
buttholes. And but here's the thing, nobody
your
would know.
ass.
Everyone would just eat them. And I'd be like, guess what that is? It's my asshole.
That's
My
disgusting.
butthole.
That is
Dara
absolutely
is drunk
disgusting.
already, ladies
That's
and gentlemen.
absolutely
That
disgusting.
is funny.
So I got a question for you real quick. Marcus, I always want to know, how do they come up with the price of your dick? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the LeBron is not as much as the Jordan. You know, Chris Paul's shoe ain't going to be as much as a Kawhi Leonard shoe. Like, Nick, can you demand top dollar for your dick? Like, what are... Because I know I'd be like, yeah, nigga, that's gonna run you about 100, nigga. You going to put a C note down for my dick, nigga. I'm sorry. With the extra veins, nigga, and the vibrating balls?
Right. Extra
What, nigga?
veins
Vibrating ball.
with the
Holy
true
shit,
color.
Alex is on fire.
The
So
accurate
how does that work? Price? I mean, honestly, there's got to be like when you're negotiating your dick deal. How do you come up with the price?
It's just
Why is Dara the only motherfucker laughing? Are y'all still down there?
Yeah, man.
Are y'all niggas still paying attention?
This is good
Okay.
shit.
I mean, I just think
Listen.
some people are more interested in dicks than others. So.
I mean, and definitely that's her. See, I'm doing my job. You understand me? I'm doing my job. So finish telling us about the dick prices.
Yeah, dick
For the
prices.
ladies that are out
I
there
need
that
to
want to
know.
purchase your dick.
And do you need a new manager? Because I'll fucking Jew him up.
Yeah, because I gotta always look up
that.
for the ladies.
I need that, actually.
Yeah, I'll be a
You
great
guys should
manager.
definitely
Listen,
exchange
I'm good
numbers
negotiator.
after this.
Alex,
And you end up in Big Booty 38.
my parents will disown me.
It's called Sarah, not Dara. Mr. Marcus.
I will never hear from my parents again.
So, how do they come up with prices, though, for real?
You know what? I couldn't tell you. It's still a premium price. I think it's about $100 for it.
Wow.
Okay.
But you know what? Those sex toys cost money because, you know, they give people a sexual experience that
Right.
It's probably that they can have over and over
Right.
many times.
And I heard, you know what I love? I love how he's dead serious. I got to bring the comedy out of it, but he's dead
Right.
serious. So what I've heard is the technology, just like anything. You buy a car, you bought a car in 02, the technology's better now, right? I heard that the difference between buying a dick in 95 versus buying a 2019 dick, nigga, there's all type of extra added on things. Like I heard it's real. I heard it does more things.
You can
technology.
control it. You can control it from your cell phone.
Yes,
Yeah.
you
This
can.
is
It's got
It could be- it
Wi-Fi
could be
on it.
like-
It's got Bluetooth.
Wi-Fi on your
Yeah,
nutsack, all that shit.
Said, how do you know
Be
this,
like-
Sed?
You can make her wear it all day. She like put it like a little vibrator on her.
That's
pussy.
crazy. So is it
She
like
go out
voice
to
demand
work.
too?
You control it from your
And
phone.
you can control it from your phone, doing all kinds of shit.
Nigga, see, that's why I'm
That's
happy I'm
crazy.
talking about this stuff. Like, hey Siri, hey Marcus,
Yeah, you can be like, hey Siri,
tear my ass up.
turn
nigga.
Deborah's vibrator up a little bit.
Now going in tear that ass up mode.
You laughing, Alex. You making jokes, Alex, but AI is taking over the porn
Right.
industry now. So I was going to ask you,
Thank you,
have
Top.
they approached you in the AI industry? Because it's kind of scary right now.
How do you know about this,
With
Sed?
these, I read a lot.
He
Dara.
reads.
I
He's
read.
fact man.
I read.
Damn it.
Go
I
for
read
it,
a
Sed.
lot,
Finish
yeah.
your question.
You know, 3D, 4D, virtual reality, all that stuff is where porn, thrives. It experiments, it expands.
See, this is all good shit.
If you want to pay a premium price, you get a higher experience. If you're using your imagination already, it helps to have some visuals and sensation that that are complimenting it.
Right. Yeah.
It's a
Helping
few
it
guys
on.
out there's all married their AI dolls, robots.
Oh yeah, those. I mean, they're
Those
like
guys-
they range from like $5,000 up to $10,000. They're human size with orifices.
Yeah, what do you feel? What is your feeling now on these human size sex dolls? I mean,
well, I mean, you're thinking you're spending 5 to 10 G's for that. So.
Nigga, are you serious?
Yeah.
Have you ever fucked one? Does it feel real?
Nah, I'm not even going there. So.
You know, you don't even have to do that. Yeah, you got too many bad real bitches. He has the real bitches. He does not have to worry about that. God damn it, this the Funny Don't Stop show. Shit. Yes. Call us up. We have the Michael Jordan of porn on here tonight. 310-986-6610. And the Ciroc is flowing in this bitch. Yeah. You know what I always wanted to know too, Marcus? I always wanted to know, man, a lot of people don't realize how famous you really are. You have had, because I mean, we've talked about it over the years.
I just learned about you.
You don't understand.
Sorry.
He's had some of the most famous people in the world come up to him. Can I get a picture? Can I get an autograph? Am I right?
That's been lovely.
Tell us some of the people that have come up to you that you were surprised, like, this motherfucker knows me. And you're not putting people out there. All they did was say hi.
I mean, for me, the coolest, well, it's two coolest. Janet Jackson.
Absolutely. Pleasure Principle.
That's amazing.
That was huge, nigga.
That got me way off. That was like, whoa. I didn't even know how to respond. Somebody gave me a good response for that shit too. She was like, well, so your name is Miss Nasty then.
Right. Did you say something and just go, would you like my cock later on? Do you get straightforward with her?
I mean, it's Janet, man. I got nothing but love and respect. So
yeah.
I came on some humble pie like motherfucker, but shit in my mind, I had all this shit going on.
Right. In your mind, you're thinking of all the things you would do to this Jackson.
I'm jealous.
Who are some other people, like famous people, that come up to you and be like, oh, nigga, there's Mr. Marcus.
Who was, I mean...
God, Janet Jackson is just epic.
Oh, that's huge.
That is like...
I spent like a week hanging out with him. He was a big fan. Tupac.
Oh, yeah. I know Tupac, back in the day. Yeah, cool-ass dude.
And when he did How Do You Want It, he had Heather Hunter, Nita Hartley.
Of course. And you've worked with them all.
Right.
I love when you guys use the word worked.
Yeah.
Right. Heather Hunter.
Instead of saying, yes, I fucked them all. I have fucked them all.
Doing some lazy fuck. Trust me, you ain't going to want to buy it.
I know, right?
Right. Like, nigga, you better put it down. Shit,
no,
1995 for this shit.
Savvy, I know you wanted to say something to Mr. Marcus, man. You know, he's an LA dude from Pomona.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. It's so funny, man, because I remember me and my boys, we used to buy all the VHS tapes with you on. We would get them from the Slauson Swap Meet, and they would come in a box like this big, like the outer box. You could see everybody that was on the box, right. And we knew the ones with him on it was gonna have some of the most fire bitches in that motherfucker. But no, one of the questions that I wanted, it was two questions I had, man. One questions I wondered is because like fucking is basically your job, does it take away from the hunt of you know, like if you see like a regular chick, like does it take you out of date mode? Like, man, I ain't finna waste time and take this.
Right.
I'm getting busy every day. Like, I'm not going through that process. Does it take that away from you?
Like you just busted
like
8 nuts. You just busted 8 nuts on set today.
Yeah, like does it kill
after the Cheesecake Factory? You don't want to have no more sex.
Right. It's like
a regular date and shit.
Yeah, does it affect like the emotion side?
Right.
I mean, nah.
Not really.
Not really. I mean, I enjoy sex, and I think.
You think?
And every woman,
Hello.
You know how it go. For me, every woman brought different out of me.
Right.
So if I wasn't into it, at that time, she would do some shit, say some shit, and next thing I know, we'd be into the moment, we'd be doing it. So it didn't kill it. It still ain't killed it. It's still not like that. It still feels real genuine about it.
Are you single? Are you married?
Oh, that was coming.
Everybody pipe the fuck down.
Hey, no, that's all right. Come on, Dara. I'm with you, girl.
Come on,
Come
Dara.
on, talk to him.
All right, country.
We're listening.
No, it's not because I'm trying to go out and shtup the guy. I'm just saying.
But you are, but it's okay. What I want to...
Yeah, Dara's going to totally go home and rub one out tonight.
Mr.
Marcus.
As a matter of fact, can you sign?
Mr. Marcus. She going to have that pillow extra tight.
Look at
Clinching
this.
it extra tight tonight.
Hey, Sed, look at this.
Can you sign this for me?
Hey! I know that's not the first time,
These are
right?
the best condoms in the world, too.
Are you sponsored by Trojans?
Nah, it should be, though.
You should. See, that's why you need me to be your manager.
Do you have
to pay for all that stuff? None of that. You don't. None of that is free.
It's all there.
It's all set.
Listen, they're trying to give you. They want to. You want to show up and be as comfortable as possible. You don't
absolutely.
Think about nothing.
No underwear, nothing. Just nigga, I would just show up with lotion and socks every day. Nigga, I am ready to go to work right now.
No, Sed is the sock wearing guy.
I'd be like, all right, guys, who am I fucking today? Who am I fucking today? All right.
But that is an honest question, though. I am curious. Are you married, kids,
Look at that.
dating?
Come on, tell me,
Marcus?
Mr. Marcus don't care about his fans. Come on now. Looking out. There you go.
Are you
Not
married?
doing all that. I was married. I got 2 kids.
Oh, that's cool.
Nigga, only
just
2?
Graduated from USC.
You would think you'd have like 7. Oh, congratulations.
She's an OG. So good,
speaking
man.
of that, let's get real. Let's get real about that. She knows what her dad does.
I think so.
Okay. Was that a talk that you had to have? Like you brought it up to her, she brought it up to you? Like how did you? Because I'm a dad too, so you know.
I had that conversation.
Right, but you did at some point.
Not. It wasn't. I tried. She didn't want to have it.
She didn't want to. Oh, okay.
So we still got some shit.
So to talk about.
Yeah, because I wonder with kids.
I'll get back to you on that.
Because I wonder about that. That isn't, I wonder about, with kids and how you tell them, and also with dating. When you meet somebody she's not in the porn industry, and how do you go, and you have a genuine, authentic connection? Have you dated anybody outside of the porn and she accepted what you did, or was it hard for her to trust you, or feel like, what is, God, he's with so many women, and how is mine different? Like insecurities.
Everything you saying right now, that's exactly
like a lot
all
of insecurities come up, and jealousy, and hey, how is my shit better than all the shit you've had on camera? Or if you moan a certain way or do something on camera and you don't do it at home, and she's like, well, how do I know if you're acting or not? Or what? Like you get all kinds of berated questions, I imagine.
I've had it all.
Oh, you poor thing.
The whole wave of it.
You poor thing. It sucks having a big dick, doesn't it?
Let's get you some more alcohol. Let's get her. Hand me that Ciroc. I like her when she gets loose up in here. Because this is for the ratings. That side of this is just quiet over there. Come on now.
Right.
So the next question, another question I wanted to ask you, man.
What a bad influence. Look at this guy.
No. That's a beautiful thing. We're having.
That's a beautiful
I remember
thing.
back in the day.
That's a beautiful thing as he pours alcohol in my cup.
I remember back in the day, right? Mr. Marcus used to come into the Comedy Store, him, Julie, and everything. They'd be like, yo, Alex, nigga, you should come down to the sets. Like, you don't understand how much I used to love coming down to the sets.
Oh, you would go?
Oh, nigga, really? That's what I used to go down.
Wow.
You remember that? Yeah. I've been to several sets, nigga. My wife knows before I got married, these guys were my friends.
Right.
Yeah, and we've had some wild and crazy stories. You know, this nigga a long time. Nigga, I was a junior porno star back in the day. I'll never forget one time, Savvy, Marcus was like, hey, nigga, if you want to come down and guest fuck, you can't. I'm like, nigga, guest fuck? Damn. Nigga, I'm on a real TV show. I can't.
I write real scripts?
I write real scripts, nigga. I wrote the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
read the
nigga.
script, man.
Nigga, I'm on set tomorrow doing the Jamie Foxx show. I can't pull my cock out just yet on camera. That might fuck up my... Don't get me wrong. I love what you guys are doing. Like, I've been to some of Marcus's parties where I can honestly say I have witnessed some amazing things.
Is it like Luke?
In times
Luke?
10.
Oh, yeah, man. Shit.
Luke will come out trying to hang with us, man. Luke is, we go hard, man.
Jealous. So jealous.
Always.
I love Luke.
Trust me.
That's my boy.
Right. Go hard or go home.
Hey,
I gotta ask the one question though, Alex.
Where's that Ciroc?
I know he's getting.
Did y'all get another shot? I want everybody tipsy
we
right
all,
now.
We all got another shot. We all got another shot.
Hey, Dara, I love you.
The big dicks.
No, that's you by yourself.
I'm not
right there.
toasting to that. I'm not toasting.
You are all alone on yourself. This is my nigga, but you can love him for what you love him for.
Marcus, to your day.
There you go.
Cheers to your day.
Go ahead, Sed. Go ahead, Sed.
Yeah, no, I was gonna ask, man. This is like probably the infamous question that everybody asks you, but tell us the Superhead story.
I was just about to ask
tell
that.
Tell us about Superhead, because I've heard a lot of urban legends about Superhead, how she got the name. Supposedly you put her on. Allegedly her first porn was with you. She was already kind of an underground legend prior to you, and you brought her into the game. Right. So what's the official story with you and Superhead in this whole porn industry game? I'm just curious.
And was her head as super as everybody says?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, all that.
Oh, was she mediocre?
Right. No. She's
talented.
She's gifted. She was
gifted.
She was
gifted, huh?
I'd say it's gifted because she had.
And you've had a lot of dick sucks.
Yeah. She enjoyed it. She was like all about doing it.
Yeah.
Choosing you.
Yeah.
You know, Suave Triple X.
Shout out to Suave the gangster.
The gangster porn.
Yeah,
that's the only nigga that used to fuck with his clothes on. But keep going.
Yeah. He's the real.
That's my nigga. Right.
Corinne Steffens. He found her.
Oh, so he put her on before she got to all the rappers.
Yeah. I think she was going through the rappers, and he kind of
going through the rappers.
Wow. Hello.
That's funny.
And he kind of was hanging out with the rappers.
Right.
Got up in the mix.
Right. I heard they used to book her. Like, she literally, if a tour went on, she was booked for the tours.
Stop it, Alex. You know she was on your tour.
She
the
was.
Up and Smoke tour.
But I wasn't big enough to be a part of that.
So you got sloppy seconds.
I heard she was on the rider.
Yes, she was, and I was trying not to bring up names.
That is hilarious.
But I witnessed it.
Are you serious?
Put it this way, I knew Superhead before.
Alex didn't want me to tell that story.
Yo, wait a minute. She
was on the
But
rider.
I told my wife, my wife knows that I was around Dre and Snoop and all them years, so yeah.
Wait, hold up. So she got booked. She got booked on the tours.
Oh no, you don't understand.
To be doing.
Dara, you don't understand. We would go to different cities, and I would see her on every plane, every bus. I'm like, nigga, we're in Kansas City. I know why I'm in Kansas City.
Wow.
Why are you in Kansas City?
Wow.
We go to Denver. I know I'm in Denver. Why are you in Denver? And then I found out later, oh, she has a job also.
Right.
She sure does.
Alex, they had masseuse, you know what I mean? They had trainers, security.
They had craft
and
services.
she was
bolt lickers.
Craft services, exactly.
Right.
So is that where that song came from?
She was a stress reliever.
Is that where that came from, brother?
Wait, Marcus is talking. Marcus is talking.
She was public relations, man.
Hey, how's it going, Marcus?
So tell us the Superhead story, because I thought it was once her book came out, when you guys did that famous scene. I figured that was like publicity.
The big thing for me was when she was on Oprah. When I saw her on Oprah, I was like, damn.
This bitch made it.
Yeah, man, she made it.
She went to the highest level.
She just said, fuck it all. And she was talking crazy on there, too.
Yes, she was.
She was talking about, and I get it. I mean, she didn't want her image to be, she wanted to be empowering.
Too late.
Right.
But it was like, right.
Sorry.
Right, but I wasn't mad at it, but I thought, man, you got the Oprah. You got, you're good now.
For the fact that you got to Oprah, this has got into more eyes than you would have ever imagined. And I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't know if I'm the one to say it. I know that Janet came up to you, but I'm pretty sure Oprah knows your work also, Marcus. When you guys, hey, say it, Savvy. Yeah. When you say Oprah knows this man's work.
You know damn well if I was in the audience and Oprah's there, she'd be like, you get a dick, you get a dick, you get a dick, you get a dick. Everybody gets a dick.
Oprah definitely know what's up, man.
Oh my God.
Anyways,
have you ever had women? Have you ever had people like just straight up? I know you've dealt with rich people that were like, "Look, we will give you top dollar to come home with us." Or be with my wife, or I'm throwing real shit out there because people that do shit like that.
I'm so interested.
You know what I mean? Like, we got a bachelor party or a lady that's having a bachelorette party. We would love you to be the headliner. It's just gonna be 55 bitches and you, nigga. Like, like has that ever happened?
Here's your plumbing uniform.
Right.
It's getting hot in here. So
do you need another shot of Ciroc? Did you have another question for this man?
I do have another
Go
question.
for it. We're listening.
Well, let me get my notes together here. All right.
Hurry up,
Mr. Marcus. You know what? Mr. Marcus. You're right there. Why do you call yourself Mr.? Like before, is it like to sound like more professional, kind of like doctor? Like Mr. Marcus, like Dr. Evil? Like to be like is it like a cleaner, like more sophisticated version of like
is your real name Melvin Marcus or
right. Maurice.
Yeah, where did you get Mr. Marcus from? Like to add the Mr. to it.
I was driving and I just came from doing a scene and I was using the name Marcus Love.
Marcus.
Wow, nigga, that's funny.
Like,
that would have been on a T-shirt. It would have been a dick inside of a heart.
That was a good one.
The nigga, that shit would have. Look at this nigga laughing.
Oh my God.
Funny don't stop show.
That's hilarious.
Funny don't stop show. Nigga, you would have sold 1 billion T-shirts. Marcus Love. Nigga, I've known you 20 years and you never told me that one, nigga. Marcus Love. That's
You know
funny.
what? I was.
Yeah, it's where it come from.
Yeah.
Because we only got 2 more minutes, Marcus. I fucking wish we could have been here another 3 hours with this man, but damn it. Okay, answer that question, please.
Just driving, and couldn't be Marcus Love because I just knew that was too porno.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what?
That's funny.
Let's make it more professional.
Oh, that's so funny.
Gangster of porn.
Yes.
I love that. Yes. Yo,
You'd have been the only nigga fucking and singing at the same time.
I am.
Yeah. I want that, baby. I wanna. Yip. I wanna.
Really quick. Also, Wikipedia said in 2001, look, I got my facts. All right.
This is the last one.
This is the last one. 2001, Wikipedia says you won the best 3-way scene called Up Your Ass. Tell us about that.
Up your ass.
It was called Up Your Ass.
Up Your Ass.
It's pretty
Tell us about that, Mr.
And it was
Marcus.
funny. He went like this. Oh, I remember that one. Was that Up Your Ass 38 or was that the junior series?
It was 01.
Dude, those names kill me.
He won the best 3-way scene called Up Your Ass.
Did you get a Navy in for that?
I got an award for that.
That's what I'm talking about. This nigga got an award for Up Your Ass.
And I got a signed condom, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say, this is the first time this ever happened. I'm going to say this. I'm going to be the first to say this. This is the first time we've had a star on our show that we're just going to have to continue and pick this up at another time. Like, Marcus, will you come back?
Of course.
And talk to. First of all, did you have a good time here?
I always have a good time.
Man, you don't understand. Yo, do y'all want Marcus back on the show?
I didn't finish all my questions. So
I know. Marcus is fucked up that we end our show on Up Your Ass. Up Your Ass 38. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Savvy can't get the last question really quick?
So no, we don't have enough time.
No?
So
let's save it for next time. We out of time.
We'll save it for next time because we got another show coming in. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Mr. Marcus for dropping by the Funny Don't Stop. So a big round of applause for him. Marcus, real quick, anything coming up? Anything new? Anything we should be looking out for?
Anything coming up?
I was going to say, no pun intended.
Other than more pussy tomorrow, nigga.
Just getting it in, going hard.
Literally, getting it in and going hard. But anything coming up though? Honestly,
working on the second book, and we're working on like a revamp for internet. Just a whole Mr. Marcus campaign.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm talking. And the name of the book for the people that don't know, your first book? Because you said second book.
It's gonna be my second book.
Okay, and what's the first book's name?
It's called The Porn Star Guide to Great Sex.
The Porn Star Guide to Great Sex. Can they get that online anywhere?
Yeah, you can get that at Amazon.
Amazon.com. And what is your Instagram for the people that don't know?
AKA Mr. Marcus.
That's what I'm talking about. And Dara, where can they find you?
Only one Dara, ONLY, the number 1 DARA.
Sed Brass.
You can check me out at Sed Brass, Sed with an S, SEDBRASS.
Savvy Amusing.
Instagram, Facebook, Savvy_amusing.
Dano in the building.
DJ Dano.
I know. I'm sorry I've been so silent, but we had technical difficulties with my sound. But you can catch me at I am DJ Dano. That's DANNO on all the socials. Thank you.
That's what's up, you guys. And ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alex Thomas. And thank you one more time for listening and watching to the Funny Don't Stop Show.
Yeah! King Ding-a-ling!
That's